I bought the sleep mask because I hadn't slept through a full night in almost 4 months. At first, it was just stress. That's what I told people anyway. But stress doesn't explain why I started dreading bedtime, or why I would lie awake staring at the ceiling until sunrise, exhausted but too anxious to let myself fall asleep. Every night felt like waiting for something bad to happen, and every morning felt worse. I stopped answering texts, stopped cleaning my apartment, stopped looking at myself in mirrors for too long. By the time I ordered the mask, I think I would have bought anything that promised rest. The ad found me at 3 in the morning. Black silk, cooling fabric, deep sleep without dreams. The reviews were strange. Not fake strange. Personal strange. Women writing paragraphs about how peaceful they felt afterward. One review said, "I finally stopped waking up afraid." Another, "It feels like someone is taking care of you." That line should have unsettled me more than it did. But when you're tired enough, comfort starts sounding more important than caution. The mask arrived 2 days later. The silk felt cold in my hands. Not chilled, just cold. Like fabric left in a dark room. There was a faint scent on it I couldn't place. Powder. Lavender. Something older underneath. The first night I wore it, I slept for 11 hours. No dreams. No waking up in panic. No thoughts racing behind my eyes. Just darkness. Heavy, perfect darkness. When I woke up the next morning, I started crying almost immediately. Not because anything was wrong. Because I finally felt rested. I didn't realize how desperate I'd become for that feeling. That was the first mistake. The second was wearing it again. After that, sleeping without the mask started feeling impossible. Without it, my mind raced. With it, I was gone within minutes. And every morning, small things around my apartment seemed slightly different. Nothing dramatic. My phone plugged into the charger when I didn't remember touching it. Blankets tucked tightly beneath my body. A glass of water beside the bed. Once, I woke up with my hair brushed. I live alone. I tried to laugh it off at first. Sleep deprivation does strange things to people. But deep down, I knew something was wrong, because the apartment didn't just feel cleaner. It felt, tended to, like someone had quietly moved through it while I slept. The first time I got truly scared was when I found tissues beside my pillow. Used ones. Mascara stains. As if someone had been crying there for hours. I stared at them for almost a full minute before throwing them away. That night, I decided to stay awake while wearing the mask. Just to prove to myself nothing was happening. I climbed into bed around midnight. The silk pressed softly against my eyes. At first, everything felt normal. I remember lying there listening to the sound of my own breathing, trying to convince myself I'd imagined everything. The apartment stayed quiet. No footsteps. No humming. Nothing. Eventually, I started feeling embarrassed. Like maybe sleep deprivation really was making me paranoid. I almost took the mask off right then. But curiosity got the better of me. I lifted the edge of the silk just enough to check my phone. 3:12 a.m. The screen glow lit up part of the bedroom for half a second. Everything looked normal. Empty. I let the mask fall back over my eyes. And somewhere beside the bed, I heard breathing. Slow. Patient. A woman's breathing. Every muscle in my body locked instantly. I remember thinking, "Don't move." The mattress dipped slightly beside me, like someone had carefully sat down. Then fingers slid through my hair. Gentle. Unbelievably gentle. I started shaking so hard my teeth hurt. But the worst part was the feeling underneath the fear. Relief. because for the first time in months, I didn't feel alone. Then a voice whispered beside my ear,
"You need proper rest."
I ripped the mask off so violently I nearly fell out of bed. The room was empty, but my blankets were tucked tightly around me, so tightly I could barely move my legs. After that, I stopped wearing the mask for 3 nights. I barely slept at all. And the longer I stayed awake, the worse things became. I started hearing movement in the apartment after midnight. Soft footsteps, drawers opening, the sound of someone quietly cleaning. Once, I woke up to the sound of humming outside my bedroom door. Not loud, soft, like a lullaby from another room. I called my sister crying on the 4th day because I genuinely thought I was losing my mind. She asked me when I had last slept properly, and suddenly I realized something horrifying. I couldn't remember. Not clearly. The nights with the mask felt blurred together. Heavy. Distant. Like missing time. That night, I tried throwing the mask away. I shoved it into the garbage chute downstairs and watched it disappear. The next morning, it was folded neatly on my pillow, waiting for me. That was the moment I searched for the company online. The website no longer existed. No support page. No social media. Nothing. Just reposted screenshots of old reviews on forums. Most of them sounded normal. Until I found one posted 6 years earlier. At first, she only tucked the blankets around me. Another said, "If you wake up while she's in the room, pretend you're still asleep." And then one final comment, buried at the bottom. No username, no date. She doesn't want to hurt you. She just thinks sleeping is kinder than living. I stopped reading after that. But later that night, I still found myself holding the mask in my hands. Because I was exhausted. That's the part nobody understands unless they've gone long enough without sleep. Eventually, fear stops mattering. You become desperate. Your body starts begging for unconsciousness. And somewhere deep down beneath all the terror, a small part of me wanted her to come back. Last night, I decided I was done. I locked the mask inside my bathroom cabinet, pushed a chair against my bedroom door, turned every light on in the apartment. Then I sat awake in bed clutching my phone until after 3 in the morning. 3:12 a.m. The power went out. Every light vanished instantly. The apartment became completely silent. Not normal silence. The kind that feels like something is listening. Then I heard slow footsteps moving across my bedroom carpet, toward the bed. I couldn't breathe. The footsteps stopped beside me, and in the dark, a woman whispered softly,
"Poor thing."
I felt tears immediately fill my eyes. Not because I was scared, because she sounded genuinely sad for me. Then something cold brushed against my forehead. Silk. The mask slid slowly over my eyes. And somewhere beside me, almost tenderly, she whispered,
"There now. No more mornings."